what's up, dragon fruit guys? This is Promel of Optimus Prime Farmville, New Zealand. Our episode for today is about the future of dragon fruit here in New Zealand. So before that, I would like to thanks to our members in our dragon fruit community New Zealand. We are now 940 as of today, September 19, and our subscribers now in our YouTube is now 89. Yeah, thank you for your support. It will be a big help to our community. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe this episode. Yeah, before we do the what's the future of dragon fruit, gonna use my laptop later, so I'm gonna show you some new updates to my garden. Yeah, this is our seedlings going rooted right now, and our yellow Colombiana. That is, since this is a yellow variety, we put frost cloth because they're so sensitive to frost. And but right now they are started to grow again. Yeah, there's a new shoot already here. Yeah, so for now until probably end of September, I'll put this one so that they can serve their energy. Yeah, our new cuttings, our biggest one here. This is the effect now of our pruning. There's a twin shoots here, so that's good sign. Yeah, heaps of rooted ones. Yeah, our yellow ice has got a problem here, too much stress, so I cut each of the area, the infected ones, then put some cinnamon to fix the issue. Yeah, that's it. And we got two rubbish bin here full of new cuttings. Yeah, I'll plant them next week. And another one, half of the 70 liters. So I'll put, after 2 weeks of drying, I'll plant it next week. So this is our longest dragon fruit. We cut it into 1.5 meter. Yeah, we will start to planting this one next week. Still drying, and I put some cinnamon also. Yeah, and this is the one I'm gonna add for other season this coming spring. Combination of chicken and sheep pellets and slow release seaweed fertilizer. They are both slow release, but they got a different specialized. The seaweed fertilizer is good for plant growth hormone but low NPK, and chicken and sheep pellets that will boost the nitrogen. They doesn't have PGR, plant growth regulator, that produces auxins, gibberellins, and cytokinins. So I'm gonna mix these two slow release, then I'll use my secret foliar spray. So I put that foliar spray is the combination of seaweeds and amino acids. So we got also tulips here planting. Yeah, our rooted ones. Yeah, heaps of them, hundreds. Then our red variety and Vietnam white. And our new companion plants here, they are good for bees. Lupins. And here's our update of our seedlings, still very small. And this one, yeah. And this area, this is where I put my, they're rooting for a week now, so I need at least 3 weeks or a month to check them if they're rooting ready. So I put my secret rooting mixes for this one. And this one is the worm casting that I'm collected for a month. This is the result now. Yeah, so all the worms are here, and all the coffees are turned to worm casting already, so ready to to harvest next week and put to our dragon fruit. Yep, that's it guys for the short 5 minutes. Yeah, we will go to now our topic, which is the future of dragon fruit New Zealand. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you have questions, suggestions, just comment down below to our YouTube channel. Let's go to my room. Bye bye. Hey, what's up dragon fruit guys? We are now in our room to present the future of dragon fruit New Zealand. So I created a small presentation for you guys. So this is now a presentation. Yep, future of dragon fruit New Zealand. So here's the health benefits of this super fruit. Cholesterol. It raised the HDL, the good cholesterol, and lowered the bad cholesterol, which is the LDL. It contains a healthy fats, monounsaturated fats from edible seeds. That's where the small seeds you can eat. And it's a high in fiber, cleansing property of digestive system and gut for problem with the constipation. It gets a good antioxidant that good for anti-cancer, contains betaines and hydrocinamates and flavonoids. For the arthritis, it's a good anti-inflammatory fruit, so that if you have got hips of pain on your joints, that's a good one. It's also good for the heart. It regulates diabetes, stabilizes blood sugar level, avoid sugar spikes, fight against aging, slow down the aging process after free radicals, and helps weight management, improves metabolic rate. For the asthma, and strengthen the immunity against the respiratory disorder. And it contains also vitamin B1, B2, B3, and C. Minerals, iron, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and phosphorus. It contains also protein, niacin, and 80% water. Yeah, as you can see, there are heaps of benefits for this one. Yeah, we will go to the next page. There are 3 varieties of dragon fruit, which is the Selenarius undatus, the Monocanthus, and Megalanthus. It's also called the Hydroleocerus variety. Mostly this is the Vietnam white and the Vietnam red we're getting, and the yellow variety we got here in New Zealand. Yep, how to identify those ones. There's a convex. You will see for the white variety, there's a white edge here, and different one here from the red variety, and the yellow one, you can see it's a pretty thin, and the concave is like this one. Yeah, to identify the yellow variety one. Yeah, for the flower bud, you can see from the undatus, the red skin, white flesh. See this one turning yellow, and this is the picture. And for the red variety, it will be like this one, reddish, and will produce like this. So you can identify the variety in early stage. And the vegetative versus flower bud, this is common, you will see in here in New Zealand. And once the flower established, you will see this one. And for the site selection, must be planted in an open field with direct exposure to sunlight. So it should be at least 8 to 10 hours per day exposures to get the full potential of the fruit. For the soil characteristic for the ground mix, it should be sandy loam soil, 60% sand, 10% clay, and 30% silt. For the potting mix we use here, so here's my ratio. Canatera Professional is composed of sphagnum moss peat. The ratio will be 70% because this is a good for holding nutrients, and it can retain 10 to 12 times in its own weight and water. So the upgraded one I did is adding 30% pumice, which is light phosphoric volcanic rock that forms during explosive eruption. It's an organic, durable, and reusable. And the coarse pumice is 4 to 12 millimeter, which is great for drainage to avoid root rot. So 70% and 70% of Canatera Professional and 30% pumice to make it good drainage. Yep. Soil pH should be 5.5 to 6.5. pH is important because it influences the ability of essential nutrients. This helps to absorb the nutrients that we are using to feed our dragon fruit. Here's one of the important one I researched about air versus soil temperature. Soils and plant growth should be oil, acts as heat shrink gradually in storing heat, which is give sun on the atmosphere, where areas the air temperature can fluctuate sharply between day and night, or between fine and bad weather temperature, more stable. Soil is also nutrient bank, holding nutrients until they get required the plants. So for this one, the soil is much warmer compared to the air temperature. That will helps to the plant growth. And this is one of the research from the Land Care Research New Zealand. So as you can see to the red part, most of them are in Auckland going up north. It's a thermic temperature which is 15 to 22 degrees Celsius. That's a good sign that we can plant the dragon fruit on the ground in that area compared to the other part of the New Zealand. And they tested 0.3 meters, so it's a 300 millimeter deep. So the keyword is the thermic, 15 to 22 degrees Celsius of the soil temperature. So if you're gonna plant on the dragon fruit, it should be on the red spot around Auckland. There's a certain parts in Tauranga and Hamilton. And most of the far north are great for planting dragon fruit. Yep. For ground or pot establishment, it should be overhead concrete wood posts, 100 by 100 millimeter dimension for ground, 2.5 length, and 1.5 above and below. For pot is 1.5 meters high. Yeah, for the ground or pot spacing for 1 hectare estimation, so 2 by 2 meters can produce 2,500 posts. If your spacing is 2.5 meters by 2.5, you can create 1,600 posts, and 3 meters by 3 meters is 1,089. So between this one, the best one will be 1,600. So I created a picture that will be the spacing. This is for 2 by 2 meters, and this is what your space only if they got matured. So you're gonna encounter heaps of problem. So if it's 2.5 by 2.5, this is your allowance area, so a meter. You can maintain your dragon fruit properly. And this is the third one, 3 meters by 3 meters. So that's good for if you got a big land, probably 3 meters. If you got a small land, 2.5 meters is a good one. And if you want to maximize your land, 2 meters by 2 meters. Yep, seaweed seeds versus cuttings. From seeds takes 5 years to flower. From cuttings it takes 1 to 2 years to flower, depends on how mature is the cuttings. So if the cuttings you got is flowered before last year, it's a good cuttings, because possible it can create a new flower again this year. So from if we can use seeds, we can do grafting from seeds. It makes more faster to grow and can flower between 2 to 3 years. Yep, this is the fruit season of dragon fruit. I got it from, I just finished my training in the Philippines. So if we are in the northern hemisphere, so the fruiting season starting from May to October. And if the equator, it's a full season, as you can see from here. And here, southern hemisphere, we will start the fruiting from November to April. Harvest time from flower, it takes 15 days to open the flower, and from opening the flower it takes 40 to 45 days to produce fruit. So total of 2 months. Yep, we can control the environment, use glass house to establish a 20 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius tropical environment during cold season, and grow lights so that we can produce artificial light that can copy the extended time of sunlight during the month of April to September, so that we can unlock the fully potential of dragon fruit during dormant season. Yep, I started only dragon fruit last April 2023 during the first lockdown. This is only my plant, and right now there are heaps already. So this is, I located here in West Auckland, so there's a big chance or opportunity here in New Zealand to produce dragon fruit. Hopefully this cuttings will produce fruits this season or this year. And this is the processed products that I am researching. Once we establish the dragon fruit here in New Zealand, this is the future of dragon fruit New Zealand. We can create a dragon fruit for a wine, beer, tea, bread, ice cream, pie, jam, and chips. And I got other 50 more. Yep. And my references are Land Care Research New Zealand, Soil in New Zealand Landscape, and the Plant Path Lab IPB, Department of Agriculture, Philippines. Yep, that's it, guys. If you have comments, suggestions, just comment down below to my YouTube channel, and we will answer that. This is the future of New Zealand dragon fruit. Be safe, and don't forget to subscribe.